This is Dan French here with LV Home Experts, the show, and I'm in studio with Krulsawat from Simply Vegas. Also, I'm in studio with Brett Jennings, and we're talking about financing and real estate. And I wanted to go over a few things here. We've been going right back into it. We're going to talk about financing here in a second, but Brett, you said that you're really good with rapping, right? Is that what you said?
You know, I was offered my own show here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I turned it down to be a realtor.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
How much were you offered, man?
Like $5.
Nah, but you were definitely back in the day. Rap was probably the big thing there in Wisconsin, right? So you were somebody out there that was. Did you ever go? Yeah. What did you do, man? When you were a kid, did you have like what do you do in the fields like that? I mean, like out there in the, if you want to call it the woods, like is there something that you specifically do out there?
I mean,
Nothing,
man. I mean, fish, hunt. I wasn't into hunting. I did a little bit of fishing, but I mean, I played in a rock band.
You're a cheesehead, right?
Yeah.
With,
my dad's a cheesemaker. My grandfather was a cheesemaker. My uncle's a cheesemaker. My great uncle's a cheesemaker. My great grandfather was a cheesemaker.
Wow, I was talking about
cool.
I was talking about the Packers, not the yeah, right. Hey, let me ask you this: so you're a Wisconsin Badger fan too?
Of course.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to. People want to know, man. They want to know what you're about.
No, we'll never win a national championship. Yes, I'm fine with that. Not in football, anyways.
All right, we got Robin on line one. Robin Hood? No.
This is B-Sarge from Truckers YouTube thing. I'm actually calling that of Minnesota, but I'm from New York.
Oh, nice.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing excellent. How's everything going with you?
Good. Listen, I just wanted to ask you regarding the Robinhood app. You got any tips for investments?
Well, I can't answer that question because I don't play the Robinhood app.
Come on, man. Come on.
This is not a financial show. I can't do that. So, hey,
first off, what is that?
Robinhood?
Robinhood,
Yeah.
it's...
Go ahead. Explain.
It's in...
Well, you mentioned it in your last video, one of your videos before.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I got a Robinhood app, and you can basically buy all type of stocks right there and then. You know, it's a great app. However, you know, it's really up to you on which app you want to. Which stock you want to pick and choose. But again, I'm not a financial expert or anything like that. I mean, it's just like gambling. You know, I live in Vegas, so I like to gamble. So that's what I'm gambling my money on. And it's just certain things like, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I did the airline stocks and that really worked out for me. But again, I'm not a financial guy, so I can't really help you out on that.
Right.
But again.
Okay. Legal ramifications for that or something?
No, I mean, you want to explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, well, as far as me, I do quite a bit of trading. To me, what I've been big on lately are companies that are similar to Tesla. One of them's Nikola, and the other one's Workhorse.
Oh, there's two of them.
Have you ever heard of BYZN?
BYZN?
Right.
What company?
It's a digital company.
No, I haven't.
It's a virtual reality. Okay.
Send a message about it. I'm always interested in learning about it.
Right. They said that was going to be the new thing. I don't want to give too much away, but that's why I was curious if Chuck is new. So.
No, I want to know that. My thing is real estate, and that's where all my money goes. And if I'm going to gamble, that's where I'm comfortable, and that's where I'm dumping all the money in because that's what I know for the past 10 years, and that's what I've bred on. So that's my game. Okay.
Just one last question. Do you think that the market will still remain the same because of the coronavirus?
You know what's crazy? The market is so crazy right now. It's exploding. I mean, we talked about refinancing. Refinancing had exploded. But also, if you go and check, like, you know, the news and kind of research to see what's going on, housing has really skyrocketed. And the reason why it's skyrocketed is because the interest rates are really low. Just like today, I took out, you know, my buyers, and they were only at 350. And literally, the homes that we were looking at, there were people like lined up looking at these homes because of the interest rates. I mean, at, you know, $350,000, a 4-bedroom with a pool. I mean, payments on something like that is a lot cheaper than actually getting a rental for something like that. And that's the reason why people are just coming out of the woodworks. And a lot of our buyers that are coming out are pretty much all out of state. And I think one of the problems is that they're comparing what they can buy out there in their state versus here, and they realize you can get so much more. So those are the things that are really helping out this market. However, I don't know how long this is going to last for. I mean, obviously, we got the coronavirus going on. Then also we got the election coming around the corner.
Right.
So,
a lot of things.
Exactly.
Going on, right.
And you can't really predict what's going on. Even even though the numbers are there, because they could always swing left or right. You just never know. And if I had a crystal ball, I wouldn't be here having this conversation. I'd probably be in Hawaii with a margarita, laying around with all my money. You know what I mean?
Hey, it would be all
big fan made of money. Who's
I would have like a couple girls like fanning me like $1,000 bills. You know what I mean?
wow.
Something, I don't know.
I love it.
And I have like some like buff dude with a G-string serving my my wife.
Oh, wow.
Like, here you go. Here's a margarita. Thank you. Move on, sir. Next.
Okay.
That's the life, man. Hey, real quick, what was your name? Is it Farge?
B Sarge. B as in boy. SARG.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't get that right, so my apologies. Thanks for calling into the show, okay?
All right, you have a blessed day.
Have a good rest of your day.
I want to go into this financing really quickly, okay? And this is important because a lot of people are financing. How do you know, right, if I should refinance my home? Because sometimes you could be into a mortgage for 8 years, right? And do you want to restart that 30 years? Like, what is that barometer, or how do I know maybe now's the time to refinance?
Well, I think it starts off with what's your financial situation, and obviously in this market where we're at now, post COVID, there's a lot of maybe heightened restrictions on getting financing, but that doesn't mean you're just eliminated. A lot of it, people are thinking, well, a lot of news came out stating it's harder to get a loan. It's not really any harder. It's just there's more
work.
It's more work, but it's more restrictions slightly. But it's not like you can't still get a loan. And I think everybody's like, well, I don't know. Now, you got to look at the rates that you currently have on your house.
Yeah.
And I always say, it's good to look if you're, if you have a high loan amount, it has a huge impact, right? So if you're at $500,000 and you're trying to do a refinance, that might have a bigger impact, obviously, than something at like $200,000.
Gotcha.
So the difference in rate makes a bigger difference in your payment. So if you're looking at it from a standpoint, if you're saying, well, should I think about refinancing my home and go out and take a look at it? I would say, if you're sitting about a point higher, in what current rates are doing, maybe take a look at it.
Okay, so let's break this down. Brett, what is your mortgage right now?
$1,600.
What is your rate? And how long have you been into this loan?
My rate's it's kind of high.
How come you haven't refinanced?
I need to.
Okay, so what is your rate right now?
3.7.
Okay, and roughly, when was the last deal you closed on a refinance?
Well, so it depends. We can definitely help, but somebody that's got a 740 or higher credit score, that's top tier.
Okay.
And as you get higher, there's other compensating factors. So that's not the only thing. But when you talk about a conventional loan, depending on your loan size, it's credit score driven.
Okay, so let's break this down. You're at 3.7, and let's just say top tier, you can get 3.25%, half a point. How long have you been in your loan right now?
4 years.
Oh, man, you just getting started. So now the question is, based upon his situation,
Yes.
right, let's do the math. Is it even worth it? And how much money is he really going to save?
Well, potentially.
$100?
Potentially, because what if he has mortgage insurance and he has enough equity 4 years into it and he can remove that insurance?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And it also depends on the type of loan that you have.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that I did, because when I did my first loan, it was an FHA. I was at 4.2% or something, and I thought I was a rock star when I landed at 4.2.
Oh, yeah.
But then what happened was I've gained so much equity, market dropped, and I refinanced at 3.2. I got rid of that mortgage insurance premium, rolled it over to a conventional because now it's going to be a rental property. So I think I went from like $1,300 or $1,400 down to like $930 a month, and that made sense at that time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, too, are looking to maybe do a long-term thing, right? 15-year. I got a couple people that do a 15-year refinance, and the payment does jump up. But they're looking at it going, well, look.
But the rates are lower, right?
Rates are so low,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, is this your end home? They always say, is this like your final home? Is this your retirement home? If it is, a lot of people are looking at that, potentially trying to refinance, and then also they're even buying down the rate. We get into this a lot. People are always like, well, rate. You know what? Sometimes you can buy the rate down, even putting into it more money. Like, let's say you use the equity in your property. You can even buy the rate down even further. And a lot of people are looking at it like, well, wow, I use the equity. It's not money coming out of my bank. Look, you're still paying for it, but at the end of the day, you're using the equity and you're reducing your payment. You're repositioning. You always say it's pivoting, right?
Yep.
You're pivoting to what's happening in the market. It's a big pivot, right?
And talking about buying down the rates, I just looked at a lending estimate the other day, and my client was so focus-driven on interest rate. So I'm looking at the lending estimate. He's paying about $4,000 and he's getting a 3.2%. But I'm explaining to him that you might want to shop around because you can still probably get 3.2% without even buying down. So he's spending that extra $4,000, and that's why I always say, hey, you probably want to get that lending estimate and also speak to a second lender and compare apples to apples. The problem that I see with lenders is that they know that the consumers out there are really rate-driven focus. And what they do is sometimes they get them the rate that they want, even though they're not currently locked into that rate. But you take a look at the total fees are a lot more money.
You're 100% right. I mean, look, I get people that come in all the time and they present something and they don't even know that they have a $2,000, $3,000 origination fee.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, I'm paying this? Yeah, you're paying this. So, look, it's not the glamorous part of getting into a house. A lot of people, when they finally get into a home and they start making that payment, you're saving $200, $300, $400, $500 on your payment. It really starts to make a difference, especially in today's world. You know, you got a lot of people out there probably on a fixed income, especially with COVID going on and everything that's happening. That money might help you go a little bit further and maybe put a little bit away, you know?
If you guys have any questions and want to call live into the studio, dial 702-257-5396. Again, that number is 702-257-5396.
So what are you guys seeing out there right now with buyers? I mean, we talked about, a lot of this about the last couple of weeks about buyers going out in the market. And is there really any restrictions that you see, especially with COVID? Obviously, everybody needs to wear masks with what's going on. You know, here in Nevada, Las Vegas, we just got law that everybody has to wear masks.
Started Thursday.
Right? Started Thursday. So that's a big deal.
So why are we not wearing a mask right now?
Well, it's because we all know each other, and no, I don't know. I don't know. I checked my temperature. We got it, Denise. You come over here and check our temperatures. Just go ahead and put that mask
thermometer.
On. Yeah, right. Thermometer. No, but the reality is this, man. It's getting harder to show people houses, and I think people see challenges that's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out, is it really deterring you guys from actually showing houses and really having clients make offers?
If anything, what I'm seeing is people are a lot more direct with the ones they want to see. So instead of going out and seeing 7, 8, 9, 10 of them here and here, they're like, these 3, and I'm making a decision.
And a lot of sellers, what they're doing now is they're requiring a proof of funds before you even enter the property, because
or a pre-qual letter.
Yeah, they're trying to minimize the people that are coming in and out of the property.
I've talked to a lot of people that buy cash.
Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of conversations, and I just want to kind of go out there. So I know there's a lot of serious buyers. I'm not going to say everybody doesn't want to show their assets and show their bank account. But do you guys ever have issues where if it's a cash buyer and they don't really want to get that much, or they don't want to invest that much time, or maybe they don't want to be that invested in trying to get a home, do they have a problem showing your proof of funds?
No, not at all. I mean, if you explain to them what's going on and the reason why, and they actually respect that at the end of the day, because they know that you're a hardworking agent and you don't want to waste time. Because here's the thing, as an agent, you don't want to be a disservice to the buyer and also to the seller, because you have to understand you're displacing that family sometimes to set up an appointment to view that property just because you want to go out and look. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
And you got to flip the roles. If that was the case and you were selling the home, and I got a couple buyers, they ain't ready to buy, they just want to look, but they're not approved. Is that the position that you want to be in? And you have to take that into consideration as well.
So is there a lot of virtual tours going on, Brett? I mean, you have a lot of that happening?
Yeah, I've done quite a few of them.
Okay. Has that transition been pretty
Probably
seamless?
Twice a week.
It's been a seamless transition, or is it kind of challenging?
You know
sometimes?
what? That's the way the market is, because I have a cash buyer now, and we're doing like full video tours or live on FaceTime and stuff like that. And a lot of buyers are starting to transition like that. But the good news is that we already were ahead of the curve before we were even doing this coronavirus situation, because a lot of our clients are out of state, and that's how we were always selling properties.
There's so much information they can get online now. And then with the help of us being the eyes and ears on the ground and working with a professional that knows what they're doing in that market, it's a lot more seamless than you think.
I always try to look at it from a consumer standpoint, though. What are they going through? Like, you guys are already set up, right? You got it all in place. Now, what are they thinking, though, right? What are they going into a situation going, wow, are they going to take it as serious? Like real estate agents, are they going to take this as serious? Maybe I take it serious as far as the COVID.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? I don't really want to go out and, maybe look at a home when it's really hot. Maybe they're a little bit older. You guys obviously accommodate that, right, with virtual or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, everything's all virtual tours now. I mean, like I said, a lot of our out-of-state buyers, we do the FaceTime, we do the video tours, we do the uploads, we send it on over. And I think the reason why they really work with us, because we always tell them how it is, and we give them our opinion as far as the condition of the property. And we're always detailed on these video tours. Not only that, a lot of agents now will do the virtual 3D tours as well, but it's not as good as the tour itself when you're walking it through with an agent, because the good news is if you see something, you can say, hey, Brett, turn back around, open up this cabinet. Let me take a look at it again. So that's how that works, okay?
Let's say somebody wants to make an offer, and I just want to know a couple of questions about – I've had a couple of questions recently about people saying, hey, do you know anything about the other side? And I don't know. It's like a weird question because a lot of people are like, well, you can't really probe from the listing agent. Let's say you're representing as a buyer, right? You're representing as the buyer agent, and you're like, I don't want to really probe, but there is some probing going on. I thought we talked about that before.
Yeah, we do it all the time. It's part of negotiating, because what happens is, as an agent or a buyer's agent and a listing agent, we're trying to procure and work this deal together to see if it even makes sense before even submitting the offer and wasting time. So normally we just call and say, hey, where's the position of the seller? And the listing agent say, hey, where's the position of your buyer? What type of buyer you have? Do they have enough money? Can they get this deal done? And what we do is we come together and we can see if it works out. Then what we do is we piece together the deal and say, hey, you know what? We can get this thing done. Then at that point, we submit the offer. Then it kind of goes back and forth, and that's kind of a part of our negotiating strategy, and that's how we always mostly get our offers accepted.
So is that a big separation? Meaning,
yeah,
like, if you're
big deal.
I mean, if you're a real estate agent out there and you're somebody that, okay, I'm looking around. Obviously, everybody knows Chakits and Brett and everybody that's watching YouTube and stuff. But it's like, well, I'm gonna pick Chakits, but it's a big separation.
Yeah.
Right, from real estate agents, where if you're not that seasoned or you don't understand how to negotiate a deal like that. That might be you either saying like, hey, you know what, you're either going to get it or you're not, because there might be 7 offers on that house.
No, you're absolutely right. And what it comes down to is creativity. Okay, when it comes to negotiating a deal, there's always going to be a problem with those type of deals, because it could be, short sales, it could be probates. You got to know how to structure the deal to go in, because again, the listing agent only wants to work with an agent that can actually get the deal done. And what happens is a lot of times the first thing that agent's going to do is really see what's your public ID. So a public ID is a social security that's attached to you.
That's the first thing I learned when I moved here.
They want to know exactly how long has this guy been seasoned, how many deals has he done.
Oh, so they can look you up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude,
your public ID, you can tell how long someone's been an agent.
Wow.
So not only that, if you have like an unusual name like myself, what happens, that kind of helps me out as leverage. They see what's going on, and it's really nice when you build the rapport with the agent, because now it's like, hey, you know what? I like you. I want to do a deal with you. Let's get this deal going.
Yeah.
So it's not always about top dollar. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
It's about structuring the deal properly where it goes smoothly. And at the end of the day, listing agent wants to work with the buyer's agent, where the buyer's agent's team and the assistant, the transaction coordinator, and all that provides all the information. Things are smooth, and with their transaction coordinator, everything is smooth together too as well.
We got a caller on line 1. I'm going to say this. If you guys want to get all your financing or real estate questions answered today, give us a call, 702-257-5396. We got William on line 1. Can you push him through, Denise, please?
Yeah.
What's going on, William? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for calling in on a Saturday.
I got a finance question. I want to apply for a loan. It's land.
You want to apply for a loan? Absolutely. I need more of those questions. For what?
Land.
For land. Oh, for land. I got you. We don't do land. There's a construction to perm.
People doing land, huh?
Well, there's people doing it, but it's more of a commercial style loan. It's a construction. You can do a construction to perm loan, but it's not a loan that I would give you. I have to have some slab or some type of dwelling sitting on something where I can give you a loan on. It's got to have something on there.
What about it like a mobile home?
Of course.
So does it matter if it's personal?
It's a piece of dirt.
No, a piece of dirt, man. I can't do it because I can't really convince the bank that we can do that. So
I mean, that's a very good question. So that's another thing. So basically, if you're going to buy something like that, you obviously have to find the right lender that do those type of deals.
Yeah.
Also, not all lenders will do the same type of financing throughout. So that's why you need to kind of shop around, because you may have different streams of line of credit, right? That another bank may have that you may not have. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's like this, though. I mean, residential, if you're looking at that classification, we're all governed for the most part under the same jurisdiction. Then it comes down to margins and rates and fees and stuff like that. But overall, we all have the same guidelines and same jurisdiction as far as everything offered through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or FHA or VA loans. I mean, so I think the big separation is really just shopping your lender for rates and fees. I think that's like the big thing, because if it falls under those the umbrella of residential, we're all kind of the same.
Now, what we can do, because you're looking for financing for land, we do have some referrals. So what you can do is leave your contact information. We'll get back with you after the radio show, probably on a Monday, and we can provide you the right lender that can actually finance you with the land deals.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
All right.
William, thanks for calling in on a Saturday, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, when you contact me, I give her my phone number. Do you think you can?
Yeah, I'm not going to say it online, but yeah, we got it. We're going to get it here. Okay. We're going to call you outside studio.
Yeah, you don't want a bunch of people calling you.
You don't want you don't want your phone lighting up. We'll talk to you soon, William.
Okay, thanks.
All right, you know what? We've been talking everybody's ear off. Brett, you've been quiet over there. What's going on, man?
Just absorbing, trying to take any questions here.
He's getting ready for his next rap session. He's writing it down.
No. He's looking on Robinhood right now what to buy.
Rhyming and stealing.
We got David on line too. You want to push him too, Denise?
David.
Hello. David going once. Bueller.
Awesome, man.
There you go. What's up, David?
Hey, man, we love your videos. We love your YouTube channel.
Oh, right on.
We all watch it. We love it.
Cool. What's your question?
I own 22 that I rent out in the area. I'm thinking about buying more properties, but what's got me more nervous than the doom and gloom of what's going to happen once people start getting kicked out and evicted is when are they going to get evicted? I have 7 of my houses that haven't paid rent in months.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't do anything about it, and I'm wondering what the legal question or the answer to the legal question is. When will it end? Because he just extended it to like September 1st.
No, it was August 31st.
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, that's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even answer that.
How long can he do it? What legal? I mean,
here's the problem. It's first off, it's probably a legal question that we can't answer. You have to contact an attorney. But if you're looking at it from, can they keep going? Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, this is bigger than all of us. This is something that's coming down where, hey, you know what? If they can't pay it and they can't pay the mortgage, and you know what, they're by law they can stay where they're at and not have to pay anything.
Well, the question is, have you contacted your tenant and try to work something out? Because I know at the end of the day, they're still going to be reliable with the situation, so they got to work something out.
Well, it's going to be 5 months by August 31st, and then if they extend it yet again until say the election, who's going to pay $15,000 worth of rent? I mean,
I gotcha.
Well, let me ask you this question, and maybe this is off topic, but are you paying? Or you're kind of going through the flow too? Are you still having to pay for something? Because obviously, if they're not paying, then you're affected by it because you're paying that rent or that mortgage or that. I'm assuming you have some mortgage attached to it. Is that correct?
Okay, now this is where when people ask me that question, I tell them I'm a multimillionaire. I own all of my houses, and then they're like, "Oh, well, then just eat it."
Yeah,
like,
I see.
People have the right to steal from me, but yeah, I own all 22 of my houses, plus the one I live up in the country club in which I live. So I guess that makes me the bad white guy who owns stuff, and therefore socialism should steal it from me, and it should be redistributed. I don't believe in that. I'm an American, and I think these people, if they can't afford it, they should leave. These are my houses.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, here's the thing. I always say this. You don't know a situation until you walk in their shoes.
Yeah.
We all want to pay rent and everything. Obviously, we want to do the right thing, but we all don't know everybody's situation either. So, I mean, you
Doesn't
can't.
matter, man. I'm not responsible. If the governor wants to make it them not living up to the conditions of their contract legal, if he wants to make that so that it's okay, then he should pay me their rent. Why do I get stuck with the bill? Everybody's getting bailed out. Everybody's getting supplements. Unemployment supplements. They're getting their $1,200 whatever checks,
Sure.
But the renter, the landlords, we're all getting screwed.
Well, let me say this.
I'm gonna have to agree with him on this side. And here's the thing: if you're getting checks every single month, it should be where that's
Absolutely,
the first.
yeah.
That's where the money needs to go first.
But I also want to say this: what if you're unemployed, right? And you're not getting anything coming in other than that, and you may need that to live off of, right? Because you're not getting extra money. A lot of these people aren't even getting unemployment checks. They're in line.
That's true.
And they're not even getting these checks that they're talking about.
I know people where they're literally 14 weeks. They haven't received one check.
Look, there's no winner at this, guys. I mean, everybody looks at it.
Pay for it?
It's not that you should pay for it. No.
There is a winner. Everybody but me. because I'm literally paying their way. They're freeloading off of me, and the news and the media makes it seem like, oh, we hope that Sisolak signs the new bill to extend this. Well, Sisolak, it's no skin off his teeth. It's no skin off the taxpayers' teeth, only the landlords. But apparently we live now in a country where rich people are evil, white people are evil, and we can go ahead and pay everybody's bills because, hey, we worked hard. Now, I lived in my car for 3 years when I was in my 20s. I worked hard to get my first down payment for my first home. And now I'm flush with a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I earned it. But now I guess I have to pay everybody else's ways because now I'm rich, because they don't have to sacrifice, but I did. This is bizarro, upside-down world. I want to buy more properties. I want to invest in more. I want Chakits to sell me properties, you know?
You got a good argument there. You definitely got a good argument. But
he makes a good point, but I'm sure there's going to be something down the road that to help somebody out like this out.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, these are the kind of people that capitalize but also drive our economy.
That's exactly right.
So we need these type of people. And that's the reason why I'm trying to buy multi-real estate too.
No, you're absolutely right. Because if we don't have those types of people paying, I know a lot of them, and I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of them don't have that extra money.
Yeah.
They're the ones that's in the trenches grinding and paying the taxes, and maybe they're not making a lot, but they're still helping us out. The middle class is big, man. Right? So
no, you're absolutely right.
The middle class is very important to our society. What do you look? We don't have an answer. Look, if I would say this, you would only need to take advantage of that, or you should only take advantage of that if you really truly have to. But I have always pitched, if you can pay it, then pay it. You know what I mean? It's better for everybody.
And imagine if he had a mortgage too as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
we also got another caller on line 1 here. We got Omar. Omar, you there? Hello.
I'm here.
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much, man. I kind of got distracted with the previous caller.
Well, he makes a good point, so I'm kind of with him on that one. But
Omar.
But yeah, man, let me start by saying I just subscribed to you guys probably about a month ago.
Cool.
And you guys are putting out, y'all may be an instant follower.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, Omar. We got to check out here, but we'll be back next week. Also, if you have questions, you can get a hold of Chuck. It's outside studio. You can give us a call, and also you guys have a great rest of your weekend. We'll be back here next Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. right here on KDWN News Talk Radio 101.5. It's Dan French, Chuck, it's Krulsawat, and Brett Jenny. We'll talk to you then.